it's Jason here, and this is the J Rev Show, and we are going to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 2. So, did you guys love the episode? Crazy, crazy, crazy. That stuff that happened on the not the buses, the trucks, the carts and the trucks. Yeah, it was crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, John Walker being announced as the new Captain America out on Good Morning America, which was funny because, you know, it's ABC and Disney owns ABC, so they wanted to pimp their own thing. They didn't use WHIH, which is usually the Marvel Universe news. I guess it's their CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. Does ABC have one? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. I loved seeing him throw the shield around. That scene where he was throwing the shield, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, I liked seeing him in Battlestar, fighting along with Sam and Bucky. I do think he's gonna turn somewhat. I don't know if he's gonna completely turn evil, and we know he's not racist because his best friend's a black dude, and I think his wife, or is that his girlfriend? I don't know who the lady is. I mean, they didn't kiss. They did like a pinky kiss thing, so I don't know. That was kind of, I don't know. I know me and my lady don't do that, so I don't really know if he's in a relationship or not. I don't know. Maybe it's complicated. Maybe that would be his Facebook status. John Walker, complicated. But yeah, it was a crazy episode. Isaiah Bradley, and we saw Isaiah Bradley's grandson there. Well, I'm going to assume it was his grandson, who goes on to be the Patriot. Elijah. Yeah. Or they might call him Eli at times, and he's one of the Young Avengers. We will see if that comes to pass in this series or not, but he's there. They're dropping a whole bunch of characters to pepper the universe with. Yeah, it's great. They name dropped Sharon Carter in this episode, so we found out that Sharon Carter became an enemy of the state after that stuff that she did in Civil War. We knew that Sam and Cap and Widow and Wanda went on the run. I loved the scenes with Bucky and Sam when they were after they saw Isaiah Bradley, and Bucky was, saying, he didn't tell anybody about him. He'd been through enough, yada yada. And then the police come up, and Bucky's like, and they're grilling Sam because he's a black man walking, and that's what happens in the United States sometimes. Not that it's right at all, but it's being accurately portrayed in this series. And Sam, yeah, Bucky, when Bucky's like, "Do you know who he is?" It was awesome. I love that because they're pissed at each other and very frustrated. They still kind of stuck up for each other, just like when they were like, we have a warrant for your arrest, and he's like, he's been pardoned for that, and they're like, no, you missed therapy, and it's like missing a parole officer. So that was very it was cool, that scene, seeing them kind of, even though they were pissed at each other, they were still kind of defending each other. And even on the trucks, when Sam was getting beaten down, Bucky jumped over to save him, but they still had that banter. It's very, it's starting to turn into one of those buddy cop type things where they didn't like each other at the start, but it was kind of like 48 Hours or Lethal Weapon, where they didn't like each other at the start, but they grow on each other. Now, what else did we love about the episode? What else did you guys love about the episode? Let me know in the comments. What did you guys love? I love the end when Zemo, they had to name drop Zemo. and they're going to show up, and I wonder if they're going to break them out, because that's just going to get them in more shit. I mean, I get why they don't want to work with Captain America and why it feels uncomfortable. And I get why Captain America wants to work with them, because PR-wise it'd be great if they embraced him, because they're his boys, right? They're his, as he said, his wingmen. And Sam didn't like that at all. Do I think... Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a mustache-twirling villain. Just like I honestly don't think the Flag Smashers are the bad guys in it. I like how they name dropped the Power Broker. I wonder if it's going to be the same actor from Jessica Jones. Probably not. I think actually he died. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a completely different person. But yeah, the Power Broker wasn't in the Jessica Jones series. He's the one that gave Trish the powers. What else happened this episode? So epic. I loved seeing the shield thrown around. And when Bucky grabbed it, and he's like... yeah. And the therapy session was amazing. You know, we saw it in the trailer, but it was great to see. I mean, kind of crappy that they ended so kind of angry at each other and it didn't help. But I loved what Bucky said, where Bucky was like, the reason you didn't keep the shield, Steve had faith in you. That's Steve's legacy, and he handed it to you, and you turned it down. And if he was wrong about you, that means he could be wrong about me, which was huge, because remember, he always had faith in Bucky, and he always kept fighting for Bucky. And Bucky has doubt in himself. Both of them. That's the best thing about this series, that without Steve being there, they both have that doubt, because they don't have that person to build them up, and you know, that person to look up to, because he's such a figure to look up to. And I don't just mean specimen wise, that the guy's, you know, jacked and huge and in force, just his ideologies, how he is as a leader, how he is as a person, like somebody you just look up to. So they're missing that big time, and it's great to see that even though, you know, both are very accomplished at what they do, they still needed that, and they're still kind of want Steve's approval. Yeah. What else happened in this episode? It was so awesome. I'm loving it. I hate when it ends. I'm like, it's even worse than WandaVision ended for me, because this is like a movie. The quality of it, oh my god, the quality of it's like, wow, you guys are, look at all that money. You guys are like filming like a movie, like it's movie quality. Like they're just spending, the budget on it must be insane, and it shows in the product. Like beautiful. And yeah, I'm wondering how Isaiah Bradley's going to tie into the story, like how he's going to tie back into it, because I don't think that's the only time, you know, they came and they dropped the knowledge to him that there's people like them, and people are, so his inner hero is going to kick in at some point in time. I'm wondering if we get the blood transfusion with Elijah, because that's how he got the powers in the book. He was taking mutant growth hormone, MGH, and then he stopped doing that, and he got injured, and he had to get a blood transfusion, so he got it from his grandfather, and then he developed, you know, super soldier serum powers. So I'm wondering how it's going to happen, because that's also how She-Hulk gets her powers, and I don't know if they're going to go to the well twice in series, you know, in the Disney Plus series, because She-Hulk's going to be coming out too. So I don't know if they're going to go twice to that. So maybe they could just say it's genetically handed down from generation to generation. Maybe, and he doesn't have as strong a, but he does have one. Or maybe the Power Broker gives him the super soldier serum or something. Maybe because he is Isaiah Bradley's grandson, he his body has a higher tolerance to be able to, take and accept the super soldier serum. Possibly. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But anyway, I'm going to end this here, guys. Please, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and hit like. And thank you very much. Make comments. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it.